Hey guys, welcome back to another video where I'm using polymer clay. That's my dog in the background, she's trying to get my attention. But if you remember me making Blute Angle in the summertime, my original character, my OC, my personal character, and then also in the summertime just after, we made Morning Skate with his detachable skateboard, but also his stand for him standing up. Now, in Inktober, I made the opposite side, or told you the story of the mirror portal. If you don't remember, it ended. Sorry, if you don't want to see the ending, skip past this bit. Give it about 2 or 3 minutes to skip past this bit. If you don't want to know the ending, because you can find out the full story and illustration and how I illustrated all of this over on the playlist, which was Inktober 2020. Edited all of that, coloured all of that, and used only a pen for doing this. But we did come up with a character. Well, I already came up with a character, and he's called Dusk. Comes from the mirror portal, which is this. Came through the mirror portal, but the story was that he got captured and he had to cut his own feet off to return to his own world. Again, if you want to know the story, you want to go and check out the Inktober for that. But that's the image that I've stuck with, and I'm also using the idea from the feet. His feet are covered in an eggy yolk trap, and he decided he needed to cut his own feet off. But in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make that illustration in polymer clay. If you want to know how to use polymer clay, how to make the armature, how to make every single piece. Again, this isn't painted, so I'm going to be doing a separate video for that one. But this is where he's cut his feet off and he's walking away. He's got his feet here, again separately, and that's part of it and all of that. But yeah, made all of this one. This one's ready and baked. It's got to be painted. He also has a little mask, as all my other characters have masks. I will be making the other villain. This is the villain in the story. We're making the other villain, or the villain of the story, in the next video. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ding the bell for notifications. But if you want to learn how to make yourself something out of polymer clay by using home things around the house for the core and inner pieces, and using the polymer clay, my polymer clay that I'm using is FIMO, F-I-M-O. If you want to go to buy some yourself, cheapest around. But if you want more information, check out the live streams and I'll give you more information on those. Otherwise guys, hopefully you will enjoy this video, and let's get on with it, shall we?
As always, when I normally start off, I get the illustration that I want to use from, or something I've drawn for the idea, like I did for Morning Skate and Blute Angle, came from this laser creation station. But we get some. For this one, I actually got pie tins. I normally use just like normal box stand tin foil or kitchen foil, whatever you call it. But I'm actually using pie tins because I didn't have any tin foil around, because it's just basically the same thing. It's tin foil, and that's kind of what we need to start out making the core. By making the core, we just sort of make the legs, make the arms, and then later on we'll put the clay on, so keep tuned for that.
And like I was saying earlier, we use the pieces that we made for the arms and legs. I went with sort of a different idea. I thought I was going to put them all together and stick them together with tape. That didn't really work. So what I did was I just made the body shape, then the arms and legs separate. I'll probably cut them a bit shorter. Actually, I think I did cut them a bit shorter. But Make them as long as you need to, because you can always trim to what you need. Then you can, using the tin foil, you can also make the armature in a particular stance or a stand, or you can have it standing, kneeling, sitting, whatever you want to sort of pose as. But with your polymer clay, you've got to warm it up a little bit. This is Fimo Soft. I showed you a bit more in the actual live stream, but like with this here, you just basically use any kind of tool. You can use a rolling pin, but I would use a metal one or a plastic one. I would definitely not ever use a wooden one, because it will attach itself to the wood. I made that mistake on the very first video. If you want to go and see how bad a mistake I did there. But yeah, don't use, always use plastic or metal. But you can use kids' toys, because that's what you can see there. Flatten it out to about a pancake crepe sort of thing. I'm using my Spidey toy there, figurine, to use and get it for the pose, because I couldn't quite think how the pose would be with the arms and legs, so I've got something to show me the way, and it's always handy to have prompts and stuff around you if you get stuck, so bear that in mind, guys. And we're on to the second day. Again, if you want to check out the live streams where this is a little bit slower, I'm explaining a little bit more as well as I go along. But we're just doing the same process, flattening everything out, making it soft so it's nice and pliable and ready to be used. I'm doing the clothing now, but the pre-bake for this one took me 30 minutes at 110 Celsius or 220 Fahrenheit, I believe. But yeah, if we've done the baking, so now we've done the core and we're ready to add some clothing, add a little bit of detail, and those are all the good stuff. We've put the trousers on now. I'm just adding a few little details, making sure I leave space for the feet and legs and stuff. But I'm using another tool to scrub up the trousers to make them look a bit more rippled and give them a few ruffles in there to with a tool just to sort of push it down stuff. Again, more information on the live stream about this, but now I'm sort of putting in where I want the wings to be, but I'm not putting the wings in just yet because I want to bake this with the clothing, then do the wings and stuff like that, because you've got to do about 3 bakes on this make, and I do each 3 bakes. I do 3 different days for the live streams as well. Just bear that one in mind, guys. And we're putting loads of details on now. Yeah. And we're getting to the most unfavourite piece of everything. I did the eyes. I still don't like the eyes the way they look now, but that's the way that they are, unfortunately. I'm trying painting them and trying to make them look more better, and you can see more about the painting in the video that's coming next. We're putting in the hands, which I hate doing. I hate doing the ears, and I hate putting the face. All the bits I really hate doing, but they've got to be done because it's all the way it looks on the illustration from Inktober 2012. you remember the Inktober 2020 end of the story, where again at the beginning I told you about where he cut his feet off to escape from his eggy prison. Or I'm making that eggy prison now where he cuts his feet off and making it look like it does in the illustration. We're making the mask for dusk, but we've also made a magnetic mask that goes onto your fridge. Around about this time last year, for you guys to, if you are interested, I do sell all my polymer clay artworks, from magnets to the figures that you see me make. I do make things like for you guys out there if you want anything particularly made for yourself. So don't forget, don't be shy, and leave me a comment down below. If you're that shy, you can come over to Instagram. Come over to Instagram. You can also go to TikTok and leave some messages over there if you're interested this holiday time. I don't really celebrate the holiday time, but I'll quite happily make something for you. Same process we did for the armature for the arms and legs and how you put it into his pose. We're now doing the same thing for the bone wings. Again, we're not putting flesh or any cloth onto these wings, we're just trying to make them as bony as possible. I'm not sure how I did, so I really appreciate you leaving a comment down below on what you think of this build, because I'm thinking of making a few more similar things, especially with the wings. Like I said, the other is coming closer towards the end of this video, more closer to the beginning of next month. So if you want to check that one out, don't forget to hit that subscribe. But yeah, we're going to be making bone wings. Again, we're using tin foil. I've actually got tin foil this time. You can actually tell the difference between how thin you can make tin foil to obviously the tin that I was using before. And yeah, here we go. We've got one piece of the wing done, and we'll have a quick look at the reference just to make sure I haven't missed anything. I've got all the waist dancing, and this is the other, which not the other that I've made. This is something I've used before, and that's something I'm aiming for next video, guys. So don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe and ding the bell. But try not to say that too much. But we've got the wings here. You just flatten out a piece and go over that. Again, you can really get to see the difference between using tin foil and then the tin pie things I was using. I can't think today, but yeah, we're putting all of that on, getting it ready so we can get it to the form. Got it nice and thin because we do make it look a little bit more like an actual bone than just a piece of Play-Doh type stuff. This piece was actually trickier than it looks. I tried to put them all in one, put all three together. Again, didn't work, so I'm doing it individually. Doing individual little pieces, twisting the tops a little bit, and then sort of curling them over to turn them to look like a knuckle of a bone. Because obviously they are meant to be bendable. But they're not bendable obviously because I'm using the wrong clay. If I was using like something like Munster clay, I think it's called, that would be a little bit more flexible. This clay isn't the greatest flexible, but you can put it in for every single pose that you think. I was just being cautious with this one because I didn't know how the wings would be supported or how they would actually work out. I supported them when I baked it. Again, in the baking I've done it 3 times. This is the 3rd bake that I'll do now. And we're nearly coming to the end of the video, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed it, and let me know how you feel about it down below. Am I close to the illustration, or did I not do good enough? I'd love to hear it down below. And then we get to the final and last piece of the full make, but not the bit, well, before the bake. We were doing the hair. Again, this character, Dusk Skimmer, has quite a bit of hair because he was waiting a long time and no one can obviously cut his hair or do anything else to him because he was stuck in his eggy boot prison. Again, that's why I cut his legs off. But putting his hair in because I wanted to sort of show it was long and all over the place. I didn't just do one sheet of it. I cut it up into little pieces, frayed it a little bit, and go over again with a knife to make it a little bit more like a hair. I'm not particularly super happy with the way it worked out, but it's alright for practice. If you saw my other magnets that I made, you'll see what I did with Sui Floppy. It's kind of like that's where I learned how to do hair, and that's as far as I've got. But I'm reposing everything and making it look like he's actually trying to walk with his bone wings, so that's what he's doing in the picture. Again, if you missed anything that I've made in any previous videos, guys, then definitely go check them out, because you can see Blue Angle, Morning Skate, and now we have a Dusk Skimmer. We need to paint Dusk Skimmer before he's completely finished, and that's what you'll see in the next video. Hopefully you have enjoyed this one, guys. I'll give you a little bit of a spin around and a zoom up and show you the final product after 3 bakes, and it's finally finished and again ready for painting in the next video. Subscribe, ring the bell, click the links that will appear if you're watching back,